Hello guys and welcome to the Trading Fanatic channel. My name is Ilya and today we're having a monthly outlook and setups because the month has come to an end and we have the monthly candle closures which are very important. And we're gonna have a look at some of the parasite trade, see how the monthly candles closed and see if we will be able to kind of predict the direction for the next month and maybe have some shorter term opportunities and some very nice tradable setups. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button in order not to miss my future educational and analytical content. And what are we waiting for? Let's get into the video. As you all know guys, if you've been watching my videos, I always start with the DXY because it's kind of the most important factor I implement into my trading, because here I judge the strength of the dollar, and because I trade mostly USD pairs, I like to see how the dollar behaves. So here we have monthly time frame on the DXY. So we were expecting a short position since a lot of time, if you watched my videos since I believe volume 2, I did expect a short position here at the 61.8% of this monthly Fibonacci. But as you can see, we had two attempts here. We have 1, 2, 3 attempt to push down, failure. Then we had this push back up again for like 5 months, again push back down. And I thought, okay, we're starting to roll over, but right now we had this very bullish candle. Then this month we had the pullback, and right now we closed bullish with rejection from the downside. So right now I am turning bullish on the dollar, even on the lower time frames. It looks like this, and we have bullish structure, as you can see. Push, little pullback, higher high, higher low, and right now we're creating this higher high. So one level to have in mind is the 100 level. So that's kind of a psychological level you have to watch for the behavior of price when it reaches it. So currently we're at 98, so it's getting very close. We have a very nice zone here around this level. So I think that the dollar will continue pushing until the 100. So on the weekly, you can see many attempts to push down. I was calling shorts for a lot of time, but they didn't work out. We had this 1, 2, 3 here again, very nice signal, but we just pushed up. A little bit of manipulation here to the downside, and now we're having a very bullish week. So I'm very bullish on the dollar now. We have broken this kind of daily structure here. And right now what I will be looking for is for some kind of little more push, pullback, push, a little bit pullback, higher low, and then I will be targeting the 100 level. So I think that on market open, the price may kind of pull back a little bit. You can see it has already started, maybe some profit taken. I think the price may return to have a proper test of this kind of area here. You can see here we had kind of triple top or double top. Very nice push down where we expecting the continuation. We had this pullback. I think I watched for shorts here because it was, now it actually broke the 61.8% and we just have the 78.6, which was also broken, and we broke this kind of level. So my bias for the DXY is bullish. So let's switch to Euro USD to see if we're gonna be bearish according to the DXY. And here we have Euro USD monthly time frame. Just to throw a quick analysis on the monthly time frame, we had this zone here, as you can see, resistance, pullback, failure to continue down. Then we broke it, kind of retested the zone here, new higher high, and since this area here we've been trading down. So the last month I'm happy to see the continuation down after this bearish engulf here. We just had this kind of pullback here, creating a wick on the monthly time frame, and we're continuing down, breaking below the body of this candle. So I think that Euro USD has quite some down potential now. As we saw with the DXY, we're expecting to be bullish, so Euro USD is very nicely trending down. So this is kind of a level I will be watching. It's very far away still, 1.04. So let's switch to the weekly time frame to see what's happening. We're having this massive bearish engulf here with gap up, kind of trying to trap some traders here. But right now we have broken below structure. We're kind of not having any levels here on the left. Maybe I will be just watching for key psychological numbers like 1.09, which is 87 pips away from now. So daily time frame, as I told you, break of structure. We had this zone here, which got broken. We have high, low, lower low, and what am I expecting now is a simple pullback and maybe a Fibonacci play like this. Yeah, it's just perfect at the zone, the 50 and 61% pocket. 4 hourly, very nice rejection here from the bottom. Yeah, I will definitely wait for a new lower high to form, and I will be going short on Euro USD. We'll make sure to keep you up to date in my Telegram channel as well. Euro JPY monthly time frame, let's have a look. So we're having this bearish trend here, and the last month closed very bearish. Actually, we had similar to EU, bearish engulf and continuation down. So I can see this kind of liquidity zone here, maybe at 115. Okay, something like this that I will be targeting for now, because I can see a lot of volume entering in and around these areas here. We have resistance here, break, and a perfect retest. So I will be watching at those areas. And for another zone, this will be those kind of wick areas here. But price action is very far away from it right now, so I won't be having a look. My immediate kind of support will be around 11.5. 0.5 and 11.5.0. So let's have a look at the weekly time frame. You can see we had a lot of wicks here to the upside, bulls trying to push the market up, but failing, and we're just flushing down. So I do think that this pair is due to some kind of pullback, because we haven't had any clear kind of lower high formations. Even on the daily, it was quite ranging here. We identified this ranging markets here. We kind of have the break, retest, and now continuation. Not very clear, but I will just mark my last structure here, and I will jump on the 4 hourly time frame. We're having this double top formation, perfect for a short opportunity here, and very simple 4 hour structure. A slight pullback here for a shorter term opportunity. Maybe if I throw a Fibonacci here, yes, something like this here, 61.8%. We have broken below this kind of supportive regions here. So I just will wait for a lower high formation and will target maybe 115 kind of zone here, or just 116 as well. So we have those two Fibonacci extensions. They can serve as targets as well. But let's see if we will have the pullback. And as for targets, we may just take our targets where price is supporting right now. So yeah, let's see. I think Euro JPY and Euro USD will be nicely correlating the next week. So if we get the pullback on both of them, we can have a nice kind of positive correlation trades. Let's see. Let's have a look at Aussie USD monthly time frame. So bearish price action overall after we have this kind of corrective phase here. Right now we're in a push phase. So the last 2 months we had this bearish engulf here as well and continuation down. We managed to break below this kind of liquidity area here, and right now we're in kind of no man's land. The last time we were here was wow, it was actually 2009, 2008. So I won't take this as a support level because that's years and years ago. I will just have a look at the recent price action. I can see that the price is finding kind of support here at this liquidity area. So I do think that we're due to a pullback here. Daily time frame, yes, Aussie was very consolidating one. So I can just make it something like this maybe if I grab this wick. So we're in consolidation, maybe accumulation phase to push up after this very massive flush down. And 4 hourly, really nothing. Looking at it, we just had this bearish push down. Not very clear price action. It looks like we're having a pullback now. We may have a short opportunity, but I don't think I will be trading Aussie dollar because I just don't like it. The structure is not clear enough. It is not trending. which is the most important thing for me. I want to enter when the market is in trend. So what I want to see is either a pullback up or a push down with retests. So that's what I want to see from Aussie dollar. Really nothing to look at. I can see those wicks here to the downside. So if price kind of pushes down and finds some support in and around this area, we may look for long opportunities because we can see the price is due to a pullback. But if you just want to be conservative, I would advise you to stay away from Aussie dollar for now. NZD USD, very bearish month for this pair as well. It is trending very nicely. As you can see, we have this high, lower, high, low, lower, high, and right now we're creating this lower low formation. And I do expect price to tap 0.62. We have kind of a zone here. I wouldn't just take a single level. So I really think we have 100 pips to tap the zone. Very, very bearish month. Breaking below structure, so that pair is very bearish. Weekly time frame, I think we're due to a pullback here. If I just try to find some kind of structure, it will be this one here. As you can see, support, support, break. And right now I want to see the retest or even a little bit higher because I think the Fibonacci is higher than this level. Yes, exactly, 61.8% here, or just the pocket. And then I will be looking for short. You can see at the 27 extension, in and around those areas, I will be taking my profits. So very simple. Yeah, that's actually on the weekly time frame. Very simple trades. Daily, that's gonna be a big pullback. Even on the 4-hourly, we can trade the way up. So on the 4-hourly, it's very bearish, kind of. I will look for breaks of this kind of structures. Here you can see lower high, lower high. If I have a very nice push up, then some kind of retest for higher low, I will start taking buy opportunities. So this does not support the USD strength. So I think this pair can just continue flushing down and we will be having a minor pullback. So this pullback from the weekly time frame is a little bit too much. So let's see if I just put in the 38.2%. Yes. So I think the maximum pullback would be in around this area here. Let's see how it looks on the 4-hourly. Yeah, it looks fine, too much away, because if we pull back to here, a lot of structure would be broken, but we can look for some kind of reversal here. So I'm very interested to see how this pair will behave. I will be looking for shorts, but if we manage to break this kind of trend line here, I may look for some long opportunity with targets around 0.65 and the levels below it. So that's on NZD USD. NZD JPY, a pair I love to trade. Let's have a look at the monthly time frame. So we're having a very bearish month here as well. So I was looking at this kind of zone here. Let me draw it properly. So something like this. You can see here we have a lot of resistance, and then we broke and managed to retest 2 times to perfection, and with very kind of we just tapped the area and immediately rejected, which means there are a lot of buyers here. So seeing this month penetrating through the level and closing below very strongly gives me a very sell bias of this pair. So let's have a look. How can we enter shorts? I will just mark this kind of structure here quickly, and we'll jump on the weekly time frame to see. Okay, so we had this kind of lower high formation, perfect here, push down, lower low. So what am I expecting now is a pullback, something like this. I believe that that's a very good Fibonacci level here as well. Wow, it's just a perfect 61.8%. This line here from the monthly time frame, I will keep it for sure. So I can see this kind of week here was indecision, so we may be getting ready for some kind of pullback. You can see even the behavior of price. Here we have a very massive flush, and here price starts to kind of move a little bit slow. We're having some rejection from the downside, a little bit of pullback with rejections here, and I really think that this pair may pull back a little bit. As NZD USD, we expected some kind of pullback, and NZD JPY is confirming that the NZD pairs are about to pull back. And just looking at my favorite time frame, 4-hourly, we can see this kind of manipulation here bearish Marubozu, actually no wicks anywhere. So that would have kind of triggered a lot of sellers here. Then boom, stop losses, a little bit of pullback here. So if price fails to break this kind of level, I will be going long on this pair. So this may be a kind of potential double bottom here. But if we manage to stay above this level, and if you want to be even more conservative, have a look at this level here. If we manage to get it broken, retest it, this will be our perfect trade with targets. Maybe this will be our first target. That's the liquidity level, which we had a look at on the monthly time frame. And this here is our weekly level, that's quite of a pullback, but that's on the weekly time frame. So we expect a Fibonacci play on the weekly time frame, and we expect a 4-hourly uptrend. So let's see if this plays out. We have to have a look at USD JPY to figure this out as well. So let's see. Immediately switching to USD JPY as we're coming fresh from NZD JPY. So let's have a look on the monthly time frame. We can see very nice bearish structure here, but I can immediately spot that we're struggling right now at this very strong support zone, 104.77-ish. So right now we're having kind of very nice structure here with low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, and right now low. But we can see that we have a monthly rejection here from the downside. So let's jump quickly on the weekly. Okay, we have kind of triple bottom here. The weekly trend is very bearish. If we plot, this will be our kind of longer term trend line, and this will be our inner trend line. So we can see the wicks here kind of pointing up, I have marked this as well as a zone here, but we can see the last candle actually gapped down, tapped this level here and closed as bullish engulf with a slight rejection on top. So this kind of gives us a slight bullish bias, and as the DXY is bullish, so USD JPY has to be bullish, which will weaken JPY, which will result in a bullish NZD JPY. So this supports our bias, and I think I have marked this zone perfectly. I think if we manage to break this zone and come back for a retest, NZD JPY would be ready for a long position as we discussed right now. So you can see here we have a very nice kind of liquidity zone here. Price taps, just taps and fails. We can even draw it something like this. So yeah, definitely a break above and retest. And if I have a look at the 4-hourly, we already have a structure change here. As you can see, we have this low here. That's our kind of push, high, low, higher high, and right now we're forming a hard low. And if we manage to create a higher high, break this zone, this will be just perfect. Okay, and we will be looking for targets. Our first daily trend line, that's a weekly trend line actually, but we have 0.1, 0.2, and we can have our 0.3. And then we may have a look at some sort of continuation of the overall trend. So that's UJ perfectly supporting our NZD JPY bias. USD CAD is our next pair. This one has been very tough. I'm sure you know this as well. So here in the monthly time frame, we had this push down, pull back, another push down. So a lot of people went short here, I believe. And right now we're having this kind of pullback here. I know all of you guys are expecting the bearishness of USD CAD. Me too as well. And I think the time for it to reverse is finally coming. I just threw up here this quick Fibonacci play and maybe this kind of trend line here, which will be more visible on the lower time frames. But from the monthly, after this very strong push up, price distributed here a little bit. And right now I think we kind of have a structure change. As you see, low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, failure to make a new higher high here, break of structure, and right now some kind of pullback for a new lower high, maybe. Okay, weekly time frame, very, very clear. We can see the trend line here getting violated. And we can see this Fibonacci play perfectly at the 61.8 and 50% pocket. So let me just remove the Fib. Looking at the candles, I can see a lot of rejections from the upside, but the last month we kind of had this push down, buyers came in and pushed the price up again. So I don't like this. I will just mark I will try to account for all of the wicks and switch down to the daily. Okay, on the daily we're having this kind of range here. So I tried to short USD CAD, I believe, this week or the week before. So I will just right now do something like this. So this will be a ranging market for me, a consolidation, distribution, whatever you like to call it. So for the safest option, it will be a break and retest of this range here, because we're having a lot of manipulation here. As you can see, spikes to the upside. You see 1, 2, 3 perfect evening star formations here, even 2, but price just fails to continue down, which means that there aren't enough orders to push the price down. So first of all, we have to see that there are enough orders to push the price down, violate structure, and then we wait for the retest of the zone, new lower high formation to go down and target the lows right here, which is about 1.30 and 1.3020. So those are my targets, and this is my setup for USD CAD, the most conservative one and the most kind of the highest probability of all them. USD Swissy, let's see how we're going to break this choppy and consolidating price action. So I will just have a look at the most recent price action here on the monthly. I can see bullish structure here getting violated, break kind of retest here, but with this monthly candle I can see the push down, the rejection from the bottom, maybe some kind of support and around these areas here, and we managed to close as a hammer, which indicates bullish pressure. So let's have a look at the weekly time frame. That's our monthly analysis. Bullish pressure on the monthly candle, weekly bullish engulf, weekly candle. So yeah, we can clearly see here the break, retest, continuation. I'm sure I covered that in my previous volumes, but right now, as we have a strong USD, we're having this bullish push. So daily time frame, okay, we have a new structure, I think. So we even managed to break this one, break and close below. Yes, I am bullish on USD Swiss. I will monitor for this kind of zone here. Okay, I will just mark it, which will serve me as take profit area. And we have all of those kind of lower high formations here, but this one is the strongest because we have double top here and a very nice continuation down. But right now it seems we're starting to climb up, and I think on the 4-hourly we will need a slight pullback like this. Yes, we have violated this very nice pullback here, but as the dollar remains strong, we're having this climb here, break of structure, and right now retest for a higher low formation with targets 99.60, these areas here, 99.80, 99.60, 99.400. Yeah, you can see very nice zone here. If we just plot in a level like this, yeah, we can just use 99.50 as a kind of round psychological numbers. I will do it like this, and this will be my target if I manage to have a nice long opportunity on USD Swiss. Okay, here we have Euro NZD, and I'm gonna have a look at Euro Australian dollar, as those two are kind of positively correlated. So let's see if the correlation is right. So here we have Euro NZD monthly time frame. We can see kind of morning star formation here, bullish push with wick to the upside. We have 1.75, and we have this major zone here. As you can see, support, kind of fake out here, support, break, retest from the other side, and we're having some kind of interaction in between. Maybe we can have a little bit higher number in order to account for all of those wicks here, but I think right now we're tapping 1.75. So looking at the monthly time frame, it looks bullish, yes, but let's have a look at the weekly and the lower ones. So we had this kind of structure here, holding double bottom, a very slight higher low formation here, boom, higher high. So here we're starting to having rejections, and this week closed as a very nice rejection here from the top. If we switch down to the daily time frame, we can see a very nice bullish structure, but it looks very kind of overextended, right? So I really think we're due to a pullback on this pair. So I will just mark this kind of daily level here, which will serve me as targets. I think it actually is very nicely, very nice level, 1.72. I will keep it like this, a round number. Maybe my take profit will be a little bit below, above. So in the 4 hourly, I saw a very nice setup here. That's why I'm showing you this chart. So we're having this very nice push down. We had this manipulation up here. Boom, another bearish Marubozu. This is kind of very powerful formation, guys. You can see two candles, very strong bullish candle followed by a very, very strong bearish candle. Both of them Marubozu candles, which kind of indicates indecision in the market, like both trying to pick up the momentum and then boom, getting slapped by the bears. We had this minor pullback here, failing to continue up, and now we're having the bearish continuation and break below those kind of higher low formations. So I really think that this pair is going down. As NZD USD, we had a bullish bias, I believe, and I will just be waiting for this kind of pullback here. Yes, I'm on the 4 hourly. Very, very massive momentum here on market close. So I do expect a little bit of pullback down. Maybe let's have a look at a Fibonacci, potential Fibonacci play. Yeah, if you manage to get something like this, maybe a little bit push to the downside in order for the retracement to be at a 56 to 1.8%, or we can just have it like this with a pullback at the kind of a last touch of 1.75. Bearish bias on Euro NZD, and I do expect the same on Euro Aussie. Let's see, monthly time frame. We're having bullish structure here actually, but looking at the last month's close, we have this massive top. Actually, we managed to break above this high, which is from 2015. We just kind of snapped through it and immediately rejected. So I think that's a very, very nice signal that the pair may start flushing down. On the weekly time frame, we had the gap up, wick up, boom, bearish engulf. So we're having quite nice bullish structure here actually. I can draw something like this. Even you can introduce a longer term trend line, but I will just use this one. So a very nice bearish engulf. Let's see, I can mark this kind of minor level here. Let's see how it looks. Okay, maybe a little bit lower here on the daily. So we had this kind of manipulation here, pull back for double tap, a little bit of retracement, and boom, we're breaking above, below, sorry, this structure. So like Euro NZD, I want to see this pair push down a little bit and then come back for a retest at this kind of level, and then I will be targeting the trend line. So that's a very nice setup. Let's have a look at the 4 hourly. Perfect. If price decides to start pushing up, we have this level here. You see support, pullback, break, and if price found support here, we can expect a pullback in and around those areas to go short. So yeah, that's the setup for Euro Aussie, and I'm gonna wrap up this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, you found something interesting, you're gonna implement some of my analysis into your own. Remember to always stick very strict with your risk management, because that's the very kind of the crucial part of trading in order to be a consistent trader. I will be making a video explaining how to calculate and how to correctly utilize risk management. If you haven't checked my last video on Forex correlation, make sure to do so. And I am very grateful you stayed up until now. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time.